So I feel like Lion or Hoodwink was pretty likely, and I think Hoodwink's just way better than Lion. I mean, Lion's like,
Yeah.
we don't have to talk about that here. Slark,
This
though.
looks like a good Slark. I mean, you're already saying there's just damage and no disables.
Yeah.
So they get one disable, and now there's a
This
Slark.
is a pretty good 18 Slark pick. Like, there's not a lot slowing him down, right?
And it's good lane against Broodmother, right?
Yes. Europe likes this matchup a lot. So they're always going to be happy to pick. It's also like one of Watson's Siggies, you know? Like, this guy plays a lot of Slark.
Yeah.
This guy has certain heroes he grinds a lot. This is one of them. So Entity are super happy. And Entity is like the Slark team, in my mind. Like, they love this hero. If they can get it in this position down the draft, 18 or 24, when they see the whole lineup and they know what's happening, there's limited stuns and you're not going to get Bloodseeker, right? They banned the Bloodseeker, for example. It's like their bread and butter. I think they're super happy with this Slark pick.
So they already had this hero in mind.
Oh, yeah. Because when they see
way
Brood,
long time ago.
they're already thinking like Slark, Naga, these types of heroes, right? And the Bloodseeker gets the extra
so Naga,
value.
that's why they banned Primal Beast? Maybe?
I think so. Well, now, because they already had the Slark, right? But
yeah, I'm saying previous. Oh, sorry.
yeah. But I'm saying like the Bloodseeker ban, you get the value for the Pango.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you're like opening up these Watson heroes you know are going to come down the line. And Bloodseeker is like a Naga counter, so maybe you're keeping it open too.
I thought the Primal Beast was part of the previous set of bans.
No, I think they were keeping this Naga open. Because if you look at Undying Brood Opener, I think Naga's up on your radar.
Sure,
Like, oh, that's pretty juicy, you know? But I think Drow has a pretty good matchup for set hero. You still have another pick, so they felt like the Slark was just better here. But I do think they were debating it. So now I think Shopify still need another initiator, right? Again, like, I think you're looking at Puck here if you're Shopify. Ember ban, Visage ban. It's got to be Puck unless you're going Storm, and if you go Storm, you're gonna get the media backlash.
You're gonna get memed on by Reddit.
I don't think it's too bad here, though. Honestly, I mean, Tree Rubik is pretty tough. And Slark is pretty tough. Like, it's a rough Storm game, but you have the Agi from Drow, you know.
Think Bulba ever thinks about that?
No, he doesn't care. He's long past it.
But if we pick
He has
Storm,
been, if anything, it's hardened him over the years.
that's true. That is a man who's gotten so much hate.
It's like bare knuckle boxing.
Social media. That,
Yeah. You throw him in like an actual boxing ring, it's pillows. You're hitting him with pillows at this point. They banned the Puck. The Storm is back on the menu, boys.
Oh, no.
It's back on the menu.
Is there any other disabler?
I mean, there's like Invoker, right?
Okay,
But
I can kind of dig it.
I don't think the Quasflexes look that great this patch. I don't know if it's on their radar. There's the Bats banned, the Embers banned. The Primal Beast is out. Oh, Tiny was still in the pool. Okay.
Mid Tiny.
So I like that. That's good, because that's the type of hero they need here, right? So like low CD kill power with the Hoodwink, you get your stunner, get your initiator, get your guy to go in. That does it for me. And that is an Entity classic right there. Ooh.
Straight to the Darkseer. Is it a good Darkseer game?
I mean, it's good with their lineup, right?
Sure.
They love this tree Darkseer combo. Katayomi loves this 4 tree as well. So you get that going. You get the Shell Surge this Slark, which can be pretty nice for him. It's a lot of extra damage going through. Wall and aggressive Vac, it's like okay, you know. I think their lineup's pretty good with Darkseer, and I think the Darkseer can shine here, but I also think this Undying Drowling can destroy them.
That was my thought. I feel like Darkseer is a hero that does need a better lane. Not necessarily like a dream lane or anything like that, but you do not want to have this hero hard shut down.
No,
I think
you don't want to have him chain feeding and way behind in levels.
Yeah.
And I mean, I still think Arteezy is one of the best laners in terms of safe lane laning, understanding the matchups and how to abuse them early on. So I think there's a chance they can destroy this lane. And I think if you're Shopify, I think you want to go into this game with that mindset, like, all right, let's keep this Darkseer like level 3. And
no,
we're gonna be happy.
Shopify thinking really hard about lanes. Couldn't be.
I mean, hey, you know, you can make fun of them, but like, you also got to play to your strengths.
Yeah.
If you have good laners, if you have like the best safe laner in the world, you should use it.
Yeah, I mean, up until TI10, they were basically one of the most consistent teams in Dota's history.
Yes.
Right. Like,
and if anything, I think
multiple places, multiple grand finals appearances.
Yeah, there's a lot to that. I think the game has gone away from laning being as valuable as it used to be, which hurts them a lot. And I don't think they've made up for it in other areas necessarily. But that doesn't mean they can't. That doesn't mean they still can't make it work for them, right?
Yeah.
So that's
good luck to everyone except Fishman. You can always rely on. You know what I appreciate Saberlight being on this team is it gives Shopify a little bit of a personality when, frankly, despite being a veteran team that has been together for a long time, they don't really. He said only have fun to you. So he still gives them a little something.
I mean, Fishman gave him the sad face, and I think he felt bad. So I gave him a tip. He's like, you can have fun. I don't want any luck, but you can have fun.
Yeah, I don't want you to win.
I also like how Saberlight trash talks, but like nobody else on Shopify.
Like the rest of the team is just like the pure professionals of Dota 2. But, Saberlight is a clown.
You think tall Fly's just sitting there like, yo, Saberlight, focus up.
Yeah.
Stop getting distracted. It is an interesting dynamic with this team. You think of like the other four; they've been together so long. I think they're like a very serious, calm, cool, collected team. Yeah, they have their occasional bits, and then you just throw this Saberlight. It's like a monkey's wrench into a pit. Just fling that in there, see what happens.
I also think that in order to, I think right now at this point in history, if you're joining the Shopify team, you need a person who has a strong personality. What kind of personality that is, I think maybe can vary. But I think if you don't have a strong personality, you just kind of lose yourself in this pre-dynamic that already exists.
It can happen. I think he's a good acquisition in that sense. Like, I think Saberlight's going to come in and he's just going to do his own thing. At the same time, he is a bit malleable. Like, he's an easy guy to be a teammate with.
Yeah, he
said
specifically he left TSM because he felt like he wasn't growing and learning as much, not because it was TSM. Like, he didn't feel like TSM was a problem or anything.
He probably hated Moon, but what can you do? Who doesn't at this point, though?
But mostly it was just like, it's time. That's what I appreciate about Saberlight is that he looks like he is a player that is accepting, like, I'm not coming into this to win TI right now. I'm coming into this to like learn and get better, and
that's what. Come on, Cap. That's what every player says. That's what they all say. Then they get to TI and it's like, I'm here to win TI. TI's the only. Okay, this is what happens. Players, I'm a growth mindset, long term, blah blah blah, and then every year it's like TI's the only thing that matters. That's all players think about. Well, which is it? Are you growing or are you getting the check? You can't have it both ways. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, do you think Saberlight is lying?
No, I think he got both. I think he's very happy right now. We'll see if it pays off. I think I understand it. Like, playing with these guys, you are going to learn a lot, right? There's a huge amount of knowledge between them. They're extremely fast learners. They know how to talk through things, problem solve extremely quickly. It's one of the strengths of this team because it's forever. So it's always tempting to play with them in that sense. I mean, tempting sounds bad, but like you always feel like you're going to gain something no matter what,
Sure. He spends a year with the CG team. Next year, he can join Puppy and win team.
Exactly. Bulba's going to tank all the flame.
That is actually a good point. When you join this team, you are not going to get. I mean, this team actually does. We were talking about this team probably. It's organization. Well, not organization, but this group of players, as they're represented as the best in the anime, probably have the most haters online.
They got a lot of haters. You got to use that.
But if you do join, it does mean like at least half those haters are going to put the blame on the coach rather than you.
It's a double-edged sword, man. I don't envy that job. But let's stop talking about random nonsense, guy.
Okay.
Because there's a game going on and there's waves being pulled. And this is a classic anti-Undying maneuver, right?
Yep.
If you don't want to lane versus Undying Drow with insane lane mechanics, you just don't lane at all. Job's done.
For sure.
Job's done.
I feel like the better, the really good Undyings, they do this though, and then they take every last hit. They like decay you, and you're like, haha, this creep wave, and then he just goes and denies every single creep right in front of you because he hits like 10 damage.
Yeah, Undying's one of the guys who can actually man up in the 1-on-2 too, without fearing you're gonna get turned around and killed or something. Yeah. But this is still, I think, the right play for meta here. I don't think you just wanted to lane this straight up double melee.
There's no fantastic solution. It's just better than
Your goal is to get Darkseer levels. His farm's going to suffer, your aggressive potential is going to get shut down. But maybe you get it back later and at least you're getting the XP. Like, the XP's guaranteed. I say that, though, and Artur drags it over and meets him halfway. So
he did lose 2 creeps to the tower, though, so like ultimately the creep wave's still going to push in.
This is like a mixed bag up here, honestly. I think it's going okay for Entity. They get this double wave coming into them, which they should be pretty happy about overall. Actually, in the end, yeah, this worked out. I don't really know how, but they're going to be pretty happy with this. Back for the range creep? Yeah. Nice. Toby gets a range deny as well. Oh!
Oh, no! Oh, no!
Alright, he doesn't get the range deny, but...
Now it turns back on him, and now he's going to take a ton of damage.
Doesn't have surge?
Is Toby dead? Oh, no, they're going to just keep running him down. The slows are stacking up from the zombies, and Fly gets the first blood. It was going well. It was pushing into him. Yeah. He just needed to not die.
I mean, that was a perfect read by Shopify right now. Like, you vac that ranged.
Bottom lane, Watson going for a team fight, and does manage to kill Saberlight. Just straight up, this is why you like the Slark versus the Broodmother, one of the few heroes that loves to be able to keep fighting the Broodmother even through the Ombre insatiable hunger.
Oh, you're back
now you're knowing how much I read spell names.
Oh, you really read spell names. The Spanish is hurting you. Full immersion, you asked for it.
I mean, what can I say? I learned Japanese in high school instead of Spanish, so
it's your loss. It's hurting us all now.
It really is.
But I mean, good punish here for Shopify top. The Brood loss. Not what you want to see. You don't want to feed too many kills to this Slark.
Oh, nice vacuum back. Arteezy actually has to go for the TB back.
He's almost dead. Ooh.
And Fly, maybe
he is
dies
dead
for this double ion shell, body blocking really nicely. Okay, Entity back in business.
They strike back. That's an expensive strike too, because Artur has no regen.
Yeah.
Like, he flew out another Wraith Band. He's like, oh, I'm winning the lane hard. Now you get struck. I mean, he's getting dove.
Yep, they're going to go for it.
He's dead.
Why
no
not?
TP.
There's no support around. They kill Arteezy. Now he has to walk out to the lane. They are fully back in business, and there is a fire sale going on right now.
Watson will pay the price bottom, so both those lanes getting swung back the other way after the initial kill.
Weird.
Yeah, you usually don't see this, but making it work. That's a huge kill bottom as well, because now Saberlight is fully back in the lane. He gets so much time to just get solo XP. Crit can leave. Crit on his usual warding mission. This is a classic maneuver of his since, I think, when he was on OG. Back all those years.
Watson comes back and immediately just starts laying into Saberlight, trying to get some revenge for the earlier revenge, and does push him out of lane entirely.
We'll look at the 2-on-1, but that's a big kill mid, right? Now you're accelerating Abed, and this is also the Shopify game plan. They want Crit to be able to make these mid rotations, to give Abed runes, to give him the early ganks. This is where Crit excels as a player. He's one of the best roamers in the world. It just hasn't been a roam meta, right? But if you can make these plays,
it's been a long time since 4 was like a dedicated roam.
Yes. So it's tough. But these little things where you can get vision out, get a cheeky kill, come back to lane, if you don't lose too much, it really helps how Shopify want to play. Because, again, the Tiny in this game is the fight starter. He's a lot of your early mid damage. He's the guy you want to be strong that's going to enable the supports. So if he's having a good game, it's way better than getting Brood like 2 more CS, you know? Who cares? And that said, Brood's doing fine. Fishman down again.
Yeah, kills the Rubik, and it's a big bump in experience. Fly does die in the top lane, but it's going to be a trade out. The bigger kill, the Darkseer, ends up going down. So Arteezy feel a lot better, especially after his death walk out to lane.
Yeah, I mean, that hurt, but... Yeah, that just hurt. There's no but there. Yeah, he's getting something back now. Now 3 heroes mid for Entity. Trying to deny that rune. It will get denied. So Fly's going to have to refill here. 6 heroes mid. This is really like a mid-tempo oriented game, right? Pango and Tiny. Both heroes that want to get the power runes, abuse the tempo. I have to walk back from the bottom. Also, something small that Crit did, I just want to highlight. It was actually really cool. So he was walking on this bottom radiant outpost, and he purposely showed on this outpost to show them that he was heading towards mid, and then doubled back and didn't go towards mid. Now, it didn't achieve anything because they had a Radiant Ward there anyway. But he was faking the roam to mid, right?
Yeah.
And then he didn't actually go.
And that's such a weird mind game because it's like...
Because they know they see him too.
Yeah, like it's nobody walks into that.
That's why it's kind of weird.
So it's like it would be weird for him to do that in the first place. So then you
but that's why I
feel
think
like he's doing it intentionally.
That's why I think it's the ultimate mind game. He's like triple mind gaming them, you know?
So they think, oh yeah, maybe he's actually doubling back, but then they think too far into it, and he's like, no, he's trying to trick us.
Exactly, because he knows we know, and we would think that.
It's like, I know you know that I know that you know, so I'm going to double back.
Yes, and none of it mattered because they had a ward. But
and none of it mattered because they had a ward the entire time.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. I think he like actively thought about it, you know?
Yeah. I think he looks back to the replay. It's like, I wonder if my mind game worked.
I mean, this little stuff is, if it's free, then it's just free, right? Like maybe the guy sees you on the minimap for half a second. He's like, where is this guy going mid? And then you changed a bit of his mentality for that second of the game.
Sure.
And that's just free. It doesn't cost you anything. But anyway, enough about the random sidetracks you put us on, Cap. 8-minute rune?
8-minute power rune, and Stormstormer preemptively uses the Rolling Thunder to try and secure it. Sadly for him, he guessed wrong in the 50-50.
So no rune. That is unfortunate. Look at these like level 6's bottom. Watson almost there on this Slark. That's when he's going to be... He's good to do whatever he wants here.
Yeah.
So he did pretty well in this lane. I mean, I always think Slarks have a rough early game, but they got the early kill, and he's going to get the 6. And I think that's the majority of what they wanted. I'm still thinking in top lane, there's a lot of potential here for Envy. Like, your Darkseer has a lot of levels. He has Arcane Boots, highest net worth on your team, actually. What happens if you send Tree up here, you send Pango, start these collapse? Shopify is going to start it first. Bringing the Tiny down here, gets spotted on that same ward that spotted Crit earlier. That ward has proved very valuable. It's going to save both Watson and Fishman's life.
Yeah, Watson actually not even TPing back to the fountain, goes to the mid tier 2. Start to neutral, so fully efficient.
Here's the dive top.
Yep, big dive. Trying to finish off Arteezy. Kataomi does manage to complete the kill before he dies underneath the tower.
Yeah, this was the kill I'm worried about. Like, I don't think Artur wants to be up here this long, but there's not a lot else he can do on the map. Maybe you take mid, you force Abed to roam. Maybe you just go bottom and convert on the tower, but you can't stay there because Brood has to stay there. He's kind of just stuck up here, and this dive is really strong. Like, look at the levels of net worth on this tree in Darkseer, right? It's probably the strongest in the game right now. They're going to collapse again. Why?
They just keep on killing it in this top lane. They're making full use of this Darkseer with the melee support and 2 melee cores. We haven't seen the Slark yet, but the Pango coming up here and utilizing the Ion Shell. Really nice.
Watson gets to soak some XP mid, so decent efficiency here for Envy. Again, Darkseer early games tend to be a bit slow, right? So as long as you get through them, generally you're happy, because Darkseer is all about those mid-game team fights. And that said, he's top of the net worth on Darkseer. So, maybe he's slow, but he's having the best game of everybody.
Really is. Both the off-laners having a significant amount of success.
Again?
Yep, Fly is going to die again. Not even needing to use the Rolling Thunder.
That's a feels bad death right there, man. Like, remember, these Undyings nowadays goes max decay. And this max decay, you kind of want to be winning like those random skirmishes.
Sure.
You either want to win the lane super hard or you want to win those skirmishes. It's what the build's designed to do. And you're just chain dying like this. It's 5 deaths on this Undying. It's a lot. They add up.
Now they're going to use a Rolling Thunder because Crit was making his way towards both Stormstormer and Watson. They thought maybe they could kill him. He does double back, but, oh, nice use of the ultimate to get up the cliff. He's still going to be caught, though. Nowhere to run to and nowhere to hide. We'll eventually kill him.
That took a while, but we'll get him. XP for Fishman.
No stat for Watson.
That feels lame. So now they're going to put Abed up here versus Darkseer interaction a little bit at least. To give Arteezy the triangle, which he probably the best place he wants to be right now. I don't think he can do it any other way. And Abed has Blink. So he's having a pretty decent game here. Treads Blink at 11. Decent timing, level 9. Like pretty much full combo online. Time to sync something up and get some work done, right? You gotta get your Hoodwink and Tiny owning together. Get some cheeky kills, open up the map, maybe connect with the Brood on a mid-clash when he has mech, which he's closing in on. That's the type of fight the Shopify won right now. And that's also going to drag your Undying back in the game. He wants to join the fight with a TP and drop the tome. There's the Bushwhack.
Good grab. fast kill than Fishman.
I didn't even have to have the blink for that one.
No, they did not. And they also secure with that move the power rune. So Abed can refill in this bottle. An invis rune, which is pretty deadly on a tiny.
Yeah, there's gonna smoke here anyway.
Are able to make use of it. 4-man smoke. And they think, or sorry, that was Fly drawing. He wanted him to go down, but instead countered by somebody else's call. Arteezy drew a line up to top, and Crit is leading the way there.
I mean, this read was correct. They were doing this Ancient stack with Darkseer.
Yeah.
So Artur gets some
they didn't finish the Ancient stack, so this is pretty sick.
Yeah, why not? They're going to run into this Darkseer tree, but Abed has Blink.
If he can get the two of them, he's going to try and burst down the tree protector with the help of the Hoodwink.
Not enough.
Quite enough damage, but Crit is going to come through, and surely he's going to land this Bushwhack, slows him down with the Acorn Shot to make sure that the Bushwhack lands, and Abed can land the last hit if he wants to.
That was an Invis pig. Don't see that ever. Alright, so they're getting some action done with this kill squad, right? Which is what you want to do with this Blink. Ideally, you want to get this mid tower with the Brood off of like another one of these fights. That you bring her in and then convert off it. But I think they're waiting for that Greaves timing. And I think that's fine. I don't think you have to play this game super fast if you're Shopify. Like, you have Drow. If the Darkseer is not forcing the skirmish with the start he had, I think you're pretty happy with that too, right? So, some good moves here. Good. It's looking like a good setup for a mid game from Shopify, but they're going to have to do it eventually into this Darkseer team fight. And that's going to be the question. When does Toby want to get involved in this game? Because he has just been farming. He's been doing the Ancients with this offlane Darkseer, so he has been given full priority. Now the question is, what are you going to do with that priority? He has a Greaves done. He's level 10 almost.
What do you think you should, like, is this a hype game? Do you think you should go Blink Dagger and get initiation?
I don't think you need the initiation. I think it'll come later from Pango and Slark, but you're going to have to choose when to take the fights with them, because right now, you're getting run at and you're dying on the rest of your team.
Oh, the counter toss attempted by Fishman to get Stormstormer out of that Bushwhack, but instead just puts Abed right in front of him, and they immediately go for the surround of his mid-tier 1 tower.
So this is that mid-clash with the Brood, right? I don't think Entity were ready for this at all, and they kind of just got trailed into it. And now you're giving Shopify even more off this move than necessarily just giving up the tower if you just want to give it up. Because you're in catch-up mode with this Slark. He's not ready to fight yet. Ags is his big window. Once he has that, then you can take these Slark fights with the Ag pounces and going in with the Darkseer. So maybe Entity just have a longer horizon here in terms of when they want to fight. But I do think some type of engagement there was doable with how strong your Darkseer is, right? Like, you plant the tree with Overgrowth, max armor, and you force Shopify into you. So right now you're just bleeding kills. Your Tango's dead again.
Yeah, Stormstormer is not having a fun time in this game. They either got to connect to the Darkseer or Darkseer's got to connect with them. Watson does show up on the other side, starts putting pressure onto Arteezy, but at the same time, with the Broodmother here, look at Watson. Saberlight's just trying to stay in front of Watson, but you can't body block him while you're underneath the webs.
Got him!
He's just dead. The Drow Ranger just got right-clicked by like 15 times and slowly died to Watson, who's completely uninterrupted, almost gets killed on Abed. Maybe he's going to die to this Bushwhack. Oh, he slipped away for just a second, but is still in vision for the nuke, and Saberlight does manage to get that kill. Turns back onto Kataomi, does walk away with webs now. Kataomi with the ion shells trying to fight through everything, but it's a little bit too much. Toby now going to try and get Stormstorm back into play, but the Bushwhack stops him from hitting the shield crash. Now he goes for the Rolling Thunder.
That's a 50 decay Undying.
Trying to hit anybody at this point in time. They found Crit in the trees here. Used the ultimate to bump over the side, but finally it lands right on top of him. A Fly continues to run at them. His decays are even beginning to tick out. That's how long this fight has gone. Arteezy is back into play here. He shows up to this fight. Multi-shot goes out, scares max of an Entity, but they slow down the Undying, and I think they're going to make short work of him.
I don't know, man.
They're actually scared.
48 stolen strength.
Oh, they're going for Saberlight. They kill him.
You're just farming Wildikins?
He was just farming, and he didn't know they had vision right there.
Ooh, now he knows.
Yeah, now he knows for sure.
Did they even have vision actions? Oh, they did, yeah. They had that ward. It's on top of the sentry. I mean, I don't know what that fight was. That got extended by way longer than it should have, and I'm pretty sure that favors Entity here, right? Because Watson got the big Drow kill.
I mean, Watson, like, I was like, there's no way he's going to kill this Drow Ranger.
Just walked him down.
Right click. He just hit for like 15 seconds.
Man needed help, man. needed a Force Staff or a Pike or something.
Yeah, seriously.
And I guess that's the Darkseer involvement. I think it was a little late. I don't think you wanted your Pango dying twice before that type of fight happened for you, but again, this Darkseer is strong.
Well,
that's
you
it.
said they
Strike
need a
back.
Force Staff or something. Fly immediately picks up one.
Yeah, he's pretty farmed, honestly. Yeah, like, he was doing a lot of work in that fight. He got a huge amount of case off. Force Staffs are
net
huge.
worth of all the supports.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't say that very often about
No,
Fly.
especially on a dying, right?
Yeah.
So he's a big boy. He's been doing work in these fights, and that Force Staff is huge. Because if you look at this Entity lineup, Force Staff pretty much counters everything. It's a done deal. So that's a huge pickup here for Shopify in this early game. And Ovid is continuing to do work. 2-1 and 8. This Hoodwink Tiny combo has been finding the openings and making Stormstormers like hell.
Yes, Stormer is getting crushed this game. But he's still higher net worth than the Drow. So, you know, he's having a bad game, Ortiz having a bad game. I think he'll take that trade-off. I think.
You'll take it, but you're not super happy about it, you know? This Tiny can scale too. And you gotta remember this. He's going Echo Saber here. He's gonna do some serious deeps. And the thing about Tiny in this game is because there's no real hard lockdown, you get the Force Stabs up for Shopify, and you help this Tiny disengage after a jump. He gets another jump off. That's when this hero just becomes a monster.
I mean, what if he goes Ags? I think Ags is pretty legit in this game.
He could, yeah. He could just go straight carry Tiny if he wanted to.
I mean, that slaughter is poor Slark. He hates that kind of intense AoE damage.
Very true. We might see it. I don't know if Shopify's seeing this smoke flank, though. Oh, he has a ward.
Abed! Oh! Got the hit on him, but it toss away! Is that going to be enough? Stormer's going to chase after him, the TP away. They get him with the telekinesis. They throw him back down into the Rolling Thunder. And now Abed is dead, and Watson's going to show up with last hits. That precious, precious agility. Don't let him get away. Oh, no! The swashbuckle misses.
Zip zap.
Oh,
that's when you play that wah,
so
wah
bad.
sound. That's not. I mean, the thing is, Fishman could have just stuck on him too. He was like, "All right, he's dead. I'm giving you the kill." Walked away. That's one of those. Whoops. That's a big whoops. You know, it's a level 13 Tiny. You don't get the kill. You don't get the gold, the XP, the time off the map. Or Pango's not getting killed. That's face for Drow, and Drow is gonna climb the charts.
He, Fishman did manage to steal Lanzamiento, which is Tiny's toss.
All right, thank you. Welcome to Cap's bilingual educational stream, everybody.
You know what? I did do a little Duolingo.
Yeah,
before
or he
I came
attempts
here.
to learn Spanish through Dota spells.
You can't tell at all, I'm sure.
I can't tell anything. Your pronunciation is terrible. I'm sure Avo is somewhere with his head in his hands right now, crying.
Well, they should have given me a Dota with English then.
No, that has nothing to do with you. I think he's just crying somewhere, independent of what's happening on this channel.
Avo's constantly in that state.
All right.
All right, he's going to go Shard next on Darkseer. Really?
Damn. The trail.
I didn't think that Shard was good. That is the Firefly-like trail when
yeah,
you
but
use Surge.
let me tell you something, Cap. Let's say you get another fight like that previous one, where Watson just walks Arthur down for like 20 seconds, and you run in front of him this time, and you leave the trail. This thing is kind of annoying. I've played versus it. It's better than people give it credit for.
Yeah, annoying doesn't mean good, though.
Sometimes it does. Watson. Careful there, my lad. He's got Ags, though.
He's got Ags.
And this is smoke on smoke. I don't know if Shopify think they're all here on Entity, but they are. Brood is not. So
I feel like this all comes down to whether or not Stormer gets off the Rolling Thunder, and he gets off the
Toby's
roll up.
gone.
Now he's going to be able to go for it, but without Toby, they got to just retreat.
Abid just had their number this game, man.
Yeah, he has.
And the single burst from him plus crit is guaranteed kill.
Oh, yeah, because Crit's got the boomerang. So that's just amping up Tiny's damage.
Oh, that boomerang. Ooh.
Yeah, almost got it.
I mean, that was a pipe Greaves Darkseer that got evaporated. Like, he's tanky. Didn't get either of them off, but that's because he's getting jumped, right? So that's like the best target you can find. I think if you're Shopify, you're pretty happy with this position because now you have Hurricane Pike on Arteezy. your Tiny and Hoodwink are online with the Boomerang, you're building into your pipe on Brood, which is flying out right now. So you're matching the auras, and you have the extra 4 stabs. So you can kite the fight out. There's no big single burst on Entity, right? Entity have to take the long extended fights here, and now you have the utility on a Shopify to be able to take those. So you can think about just forcing the fights or forcing the objectives here, I think. Fighter on the Tombstone, maybe tier 2, maybe a Roshan. Depends how strong Arteezy thinks he is, but I think it's well within the capability. I don't think this 5-on-5 should be too scary here if you're prepared for it. But that is the question. Will you be prepared for it? Or will Entity catch you sleeping with the trail?
The trail. It's gotta be. Better use of 1400 build on Darkseer. He bought it.
It looks pretty cool, though.
How much damage a second does it do?
35. In half-second intervals, so technically 7.
So 70. It's like a Radiance.
Dire are scanning.
If you're hitting...
And you can disable the trail.
Oh, I guess if you're smoked and you want to surge somebody you don't want to show. I mean, you know what? Shout out to Valve for preemptively thinking of that.
Or for Nyx, he can't carapace you off the trail. He
True.
can only carapace you off your 10 other spells.
Yeah, Darkseer's not great against that hero. Somehow Darkseer's still top net worth.
I mean, Toby, I'm telling you, Toby's just been farming this game, man. He is not... They haven't really wanted the skirmish too early. They're playing for this later timing with, like, the Slark second or third item. And he's up to Ags plus Mage Slayer now. So he has an extra bit of tank ability. He can go in. Definitely going to play for the super extended fight here.
I really like that idea. The Mage Slayer, I think, is a great idea.
If you get the Tiny.
Yeah, to help him prevent being bursted by the Tiny, and then also limit the damage when he's on the Tiny of the heroes.
I can see it'd be good if you get him the Tiny, but Ovid's just been jumping you first, right?
True.
This has been the biggest problem. Like, you got to prevent this guy getting the initiation, because you have the 4 stabs to bail him out too. So it's not like Ovid's going to die on the jump, I think. Especially with BKB now. You do not have any damage through BKB.
So it sounds like to me we would prefer to BKB instead of Mage Slayer.
Maybe.
Or, a.k.a. Matamagos.
Or maybe just some more damage or something, you know? I mean, Mage Slayer is not bad. It's good on this hero. It makes sense for what they want to do. But Abed is a force to be reckoned with. And he is just in.
Yep, once again, he's going to find the initiation. Stormer, oh, the roll up and the Rolling Thunder. Oh, nice vacuum wall combination, catching 2, and they got the overgrowth on the back line too as well. Here comes Stormer. They followed up with another hit from Kataomi. The Drow Ranger is dead, and they're going to find even more. Stormer's sticking on top of the Hoodwink. Abed does have his BKB, though, so he's going to run a little bit wild. They got to be careful of that one. In fact, Abed thinking about coming back in with the next round. Crit's going to die first, though, and Entity do jump away on the Slark before Abed could pounce. Keep up this pressure. See if they can catch anybody else with this Ag Slark. They decide against it.
Man, that's a hard place to fight if you're Shopify. Like, Abed just blinks high ground in a triangle. If you're not jumping Darkseer, he's going to pipe Greaves the guy you go on. Which is what happened. Stormer lives. Finally, he lives, right? And then Watson's already on the backline. He's still going on the backline here. Extra stacks. 35 Essence shift.
I think... So Abed did catch Stormer. He should have been expecting a gust from Drow. So did he jump too far ahead of Arteezy, or did Arteezy get caught by the tree first?
He was really far. I don't think Crit and Arteezy could follow up on that jump. I think it was just a little too split. And the thing is, Watson instantly jumped Arteezy on the backline, so he just get hit by Slark.
Yeah.
It's a tough fight. Like, the way that it's positioned, the way the jump happens. Rough. And then, of course, Darkseer gets the free counter initiate there. Now you're in a situation where you have to fight into the pit to this. There is Rolling Thunder as well. Could just rolling for this.
This is a dangerous spot. Going for Roshan. Oh, nice hit. Stormer prevents Abed from getting the initiation. They're going to chain stun him here. They're not able to commit to doing Roshan. Watson has to TP out. This is getting weird. Rosh is so low. Now Arteezy can go for it. There's a wall on out. Abed committing for the kill onto Toby. Didn't have quite enough burst damage. Goes inside the pit. Looks to finish up Rosh, but the overgrowth at the same time with back on top of the wall. Arteezy's so low. Back. One more hit. Stormer gets him with a shield crash. Now the Ion Shell. It's going to burn out Fly. Watson's back in a play. Roshan's going to die soon. Abed gets it. He gets the Aegis. Picks that one up, but are they going to lose this fight?
even with the second life of Abed, he's going to die to Watson here, and the stats are just building up for Watson. He has a healing salve even, pops it to be able to chase after Crit, hits him with the pound, slowed down by Kataomi. See if they can catch him. At the same time, Abed's just being controlled inside of the pit. Crit slipping away, spots the tree protector. He's going to be able to get back. Watson went back into play to finish off Abed, so they do kill the more important of the two. Tor of Shopify Rebellion dies. What a weird fight. I can't believe Watson. How did he get back so quickly?
It's Dag Slark. He's just running and pouncing.
Did he TP all the way back to 1,000?
No, I don't think he TP found.
Okay, I was about to say there's no way he went all the way back.
So, very nice, like, de-engage, re-engage here for Watson, and now he has 20 stacks. He's still looking on the map. They had to clear out that tombstone at the end of it. It was doing some serious damage, but the 3-man back, more powerful than that tombstone, which stayed up for that whole Roche fight.
I wonder if Shopify thought that he TP'd back. I mean, at the very least, they said the Slark was gone.
I mean, we didn't expect them to be there.
Yeah. I wonder if they, like, part of all the craziness that happened there was them trying to force the fight while the Slark is gone, take Roche on. Crit. Stormer. Nice little dodge there from Crits as the Rolling Thunder doesn't hit him the second time.
Yeah, high ground tome. Got to be a little careful of that, but these tiny jumps, if it's not synced with the hoodwink damage, it's not enough damage on its own already. We saw Toby near kind of the end of that, and Toby just shrugged it off. Like, you pipe, you grease back up. You're not solo bursting anybody here if you're Abed, so you gotta either play for the tossbacks into the team, or the damage has to be there during that combo. And I think at this point, you probably play for the tossbacks. I don't think you just want to jump combo some guy and run away. It doesn't feel like, because then Watson goes in. And he's not scared of anything, and he starts getting stacks up and hitting your drow, hitting a support, and the fight becomes very obnoxious.
It does look like Abed's going to go for the Axe build because he wants to queue up a Crystallis Axe.
He's going to have to BKB here. Or
nice
Seal Totem.
Use of the Ogre Seal Totem to get him a push down, vacuum back in, but Telgus, he is finally forced to use his BKB, and does manage to get a toss back there, but Watson, he's got the shard on the Slark, so he protects himself, goes back, tries to deal the fly. Stormer will commit to finish him off. Don't worry, boys, I got him. Or does he? Still so not tanky. Enough. The green's keeping him alive. He's gonna step out.
God damn, son.
Wow.
The auras in this meta, man. It is tough to kill people.
Yeah.
That said, you're giving a lot of stacks to Slark when this type of thing happens, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like nothing's happening, but at the same time, Watson's getting stacks up. This is the kind of skirmishes Watson does not mind playing at all. Like, all right, I'll take a free 16 essence chip, then maybe I'll go back in, right? Didn't cost me anything. Cost me a depth shroud. Sure. And that depth shroud's another tool they can use to stop this tiny as their smoke gets broken.
Kataomi does manage to, with his shard, break the smoke, blink away before anybody spots him.
We have Ags on Darkseer now. He's so farm.
Precious
How's he so far in this game, man?
I mean, I guess that's what happens when you lane on Darkseer.
Yeah, it really is. And, like, a lot of the fights can only die a couple times in 7, 3, and 9. And
yeah, really, it was just that one fight where he got bursted down first. Otherwise, I think he's been alive for
pretty much all of it. Yeah. I mean, this lineup's online now, right? This is where they want to strike. All 3 of your cores are online. You have the Basher on the Pango. You're getting to your 3rd item on Slark, and your Darkseer is rip, man. This guy has been at the gym all day, pounding the iron. He's about to go into a bodybuilding contest.
Do you think that with a tiny Ags build and the multi-shot, like, do you think they have answers for late game? Because it's looking right now that, like, Entity kind of owns the game. I don't think anything's real quick.
If they can keep the spacing in the gap, yes, I think Drow can win the fight.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be hard to do that for Pango and all these surges. You also have this random overgrowth that might just screw you at some point too.
Yeah, true.
The fights are so chaotic here for any. It's how these guys like to play these lineups. Like there's going to be a bouncing somewhere, Pango rolling somewhere else, someone's getting lifted, someone else is getting backed. It's just so much mess. Whereas Shopify just want to lay down their multi-shot and combo something, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's very tough. You have to ideally let Entity go into you so the fight is more structured. Like, if the ideal fight for Shopify, Entity running into their tombstone where they have vision. Abed can jump somebody, and Artur has proper spacing setup with the Undying tiny front line. Then Hoodwink and Drow just punish shoulder damage into them. And you know, Brood's doing Brood things. I don't know. Brood's just there. Watch it. With their many eyes.
What is the like going to do? Well, he's building a scythe. Next item.
Pretty nice here, right?
Provide some cheese done on flop.
I do think the scale is solid here for Shopify. I would not underrate it. Drow is pretty spooky in the game.
Yes. And he has the Frostbite.
Yeah, very
which
nice.
Is, can be good against Slark. Like, let's say Dark backs and then pops his ultimate, and you hit him with shot.
Yeah, could be decent. I just think it's all about the spacing here. Like, Artur can sit there and be turret. Getting those bolts off. The fight's probably going to look pretty decent. But if the fight gets way too chaotic, people are jumping in and out, supports are dying, there's no real structure. Godspeed. There's going to be a lot of purple balls flying around.
A lot of spiders flying around right now, too. Saberlight's just constantly throwing them around the map to get vision.
Yeah, he's been doing this pretty much every game, I think.
Yeah.
You can block camps, be super annoying with the vision. I hate playing versus stuff, man.
Me too. We should remove all micro.
That's an interesting proposal. Which every hero should have one unit and one spell, and you go to mid lane and you press it on each other. Ooh. And whoever has higher MMR wins. That's a just world.
That is a just world.
I think that's like Pudge Wars.
We should just make every hero a Pudge. That sounds good to me. Everybody has a hook and assortment of different spells.
Dire's top tower is
19 to 17, 34 minutes in this game one of Entity versus Shopify Rebellion. And Entity definitely feels like they're winning the game right now, but Avery did just outline how it's possible for a Slark late games to have some issues against Drow and Tiny.
I mean, it does feel like they lost some momentum.
Yeah, things have slowed down really.
Yes. And
In fact,
Shopify's,
they're scared.
they're getting the items. And they're getting some scary items. Hex is scary. The Ags on the Tiny, like you mentioned. Plus a DD rune sitting there. Pretty scary.
Yeah.
This Drow has Shadowblade almost level 20. Like, this damage is going to get crazy. And if you miss once, you roll and end it at the wrong place, you're just going to die. I like the shields from Stormstormer. The armor is the name of the game here, because Shopify's damage is going to be mostly physical going into this late game of what you're worried about. Here's a smoke. DD on Abed, so they want to use this double damage act and hope Entity are not ready for it. But you're going to have to find the smoke angle into a Slark team, into Stormstormer, the ultimate ward.
Yep. He can instantly go magic immune, has blink, has a gem, so he'll be able to see everything. And there he goes. Blink, swashbuckle.
Nicely done. Read it like a book, and he will escape. You also have to think about these day-night intervals in this game, right? If you're Shopify, do you want to fight during the day when that Slark vision?
Oh yeah.
Seems a bit optimal, right? And some of these moves from them have been like on the cusp of that change, so I think they are thinking about it. But now, you got 5 minutes at night. Makes it a lot harder.
Yeah, it makes it so much harder to keep vision of the Slark when he's moving in and out of team fights, so he gets earlier use of his Shadow Dance.
For sure. And you even have it on Stormstormer, so Entity are upping the vision game. I would not be surprised to see them maybe try and take some fight here, preemptively set up vision to contest this Roshan, because Shopify are just playing for next. They have full vision control, they have Broodlings in the pit. This is the type of setup they want, right? A situation where you force Entity into them, and Abed gets to see something, and you're fighting shot into the tree ball. So if you're Entity, you want to start thinking about preemptively countering this, getting a good angle, so your own vision up. Here's the smoke, maybe designed to do that. 3-man smoke, Watson's not in it. That's your like vision and jumper here. It's gonna scurry over.
Yeah, he's keeping with the team, but he's not going in the smoke.
Oh, he knew they were a triangle, though.
Yeah, he immediately went up there, saw the Shadow Dance ticking down, and pounced backwards.
So this is a pretty good maneuver from Entity, right? This is the type angle you want to take, plant a ward, see everything. You have the knife. This is pretty good angle. They're going to see it all. They're just going to jump.
Good vision gets the 2 supports inside of the vacuum with Rolling Thunder there as well, but Abed immediately throws all those trees at them, so they have to back up. Watson's committed.
Nice
Drow
overgrowth.
needs some help. Watson's going to stick on top of this Drow Ranger. Stormstormer's going to help out as well. Hits that Rolling Thunder, sticks on top for a second time. Shield crash as well, and he's gone. Now with the Drow Ranger gone, pretty much all of Shopify have to get out of here, but nobody's able to get out. It looks like Abed pulled back down by the telekinesis. Watson eventually going to wait out the Scythe of Vice and then the pounce on top of Tiny to finish him out. All the important heroes are pretty much gone. They even got Saberlight.
Maybe.
Kato
He's
stick
gone.
with him, and Watson will be able to follow it up with another round of the pounce. That was a beautiful maneuver for Entity. The long wrap around like to the triangle like you were talking about, getting the vision on the high ground.
They played that perfect. Watson checks the hill. They know they're up there. They get the wrap. They get the ward. Instant 2-man back jump. Rolling Thunder hits them all. They're all forced to pop BKBs early, which means Treant has the best overgrowth of his life. I think he caught 4 of them, and during double BKB there, absolutely debilitating. Victor just gets stuck in it. That's that gap close done. It's sealed, right? Watson was hitting crit. He's like, wait, why am I hitting crit? I can hit the Drow. Just turns, kills him. Abed tries to escape up the cliff, but of course the cliffs have never been Shopify's friend. And they betrayed him in the end. You are not safe on the cliffs.
Oh, pull him back. Toby's just going for solo kills, right? Like they're doing Roshan, and Toby's like, nah, guys, I'm going to find more. He sets up the kill for Watson to follow it up. Fly. He'll die. So now it's another 40 seconds for Shopify to be back in full force.
I mean, this game is completely swung now. You have Aegis on Slark. You just have a field day. He's got the stats up. Full Scotty completed. Darkseer here at level 20 as well off that. So the shell damage just got a huge buff. You have the trail, you have the damage, you have the punch, wall. Darkseer's an absolute menace in this game. And Sanity heroes feel too tanky. Talking damage from Shopify trying to cut through it. That fight, it got too chaotic and got close too quickly. That tree volley looked pretty good, but outside of that, there's just nothing else coming out.
Soon Watson's going to have a basher, so... I mean, it already feels like he hits you with the pounds thanks to the Scotty. You can't get away, but basher will make things even worse in that regard.
I mean, double overgrowth also makes things worse. Full refresher for Katayomi. Ooh. That is tough. He's even got the mangoes to ensure it.
Yeah, I was going to say the nice 3-main stack to help out with that.
That's the way to do it, man. Gotta ensure you got that mana. And double overgrowth is brutal here. Because if you're overgrowth on Shopify, you're not dealing damage. That's 5 seconds each. If you have the BKB one, there's no other dispels on these heroes, right? It's solo BKB for Arteezy and Abed. There is nothing else. You get overgrowth, you have to pop it, you get overgrowth again. I think that's just the fight, honestly. And this has been living the whole time. They don't even care.
That's true.
Sure,
yeah,
have a
kind
full
of like walk past it.
That's the scary thing. It's not like, oh, Tombstone dies and then the 5-on-5 is hard. Tomb's been up the whole fight.
Yeah, I guess, like, what if their heroes really care about Tombstone? Like, the slow aspect and everything? Like, Peo, Darkseer, and Slark all have some movement mechanism that they can just kind of ignore zombies, no problem.
Yep, you got
And
Surges
Tree is
on top.
invis half the team fight thanks to his shard, so zombies don't even stick onto him unless there's sentries everywhere.
There's a huge crit gets found by the punch here. I mean, that was kind of my issue with the Undying into the Pango. I feel like you're already playing this Undying into a hero that just doesn't care about anything you do, right? And obviously the Undying provides a lot, and this is a first base. So I'm not saying it's a bad pick. I think this Entity draft ends up being hard for Fly to have high impact on, because it's I trying to imagine him walking up and Flesh Goal and hitting one of these cores.
Oh, he went for the overgrowth. Abed. Now he's going to bonk him in the head, and then Watson will be able to join.
Daring him the BKB.
Yeah, go for it. Use that BKB.
Yeah, there it is. That
Second
feels good.
overgrowth put to use. Bye-bye.
That's tough, man. You got to get on this map and split push it, but so much net worth. Entity's way on. Another basher on the Slark too.
What you'll find laying around.
You gotta pray to the Drow gods here. The multi-shot of your life.
Dire's middle tower.
Off the cliff early here.
Yeah, that was pretty early.
Creep wave still coming in, and it survives. So that means Entity will keep the pressure up right now.
I mean, no buyback on this tiny, so you're free for 30.
Oddly, maybe a full lane of barracks. Arteezy is showing no signs of coming back anytime soon. He's going to cut a creep wave here with multi-shot.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he didn't jump there the way they've been playing this game.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, they don't know this time doesn't have buyback, so you don't want to take a super deep fight there. Any of your overgrowths as well.
His bottom tower is under
Yeah, that
attack.
is a pretty potent factor.
A on disc on Toby. Can't even jump Darkseer, and it feels like if you don't jump him,
Precious bounty.
I don't know how you're winning the fight. Might just the dagger here.
What's a 20? Oh, the Token Bowler.
Brutes 20? Yeah. AoE Silken Bowl.
Doesn't really change too much in the game. I'm trying to look if there's anything for Shopify that helps them out right now, but
I think it's a 4 or 5 clump and a tree volley. That's
yeah,
gonna
it's
help.
more about Entity making a mistake than any.
Yeah. Or you get a good
timing
pick
or
off.
item.
A DD rune? A DD rune would be nice too. You wait for the 44-minute rune. I don't know. Might find Watson on mid. I mean, this hex. Like, if you find some core and you hex him, you just get burst.
Yeah, I mean they still have an insane amount of burst damage,
Oh, yeah.
especially if they can hit the boomerang before Tiny's combo.
That might be hard to do, but yeah, even just a combo into the multi-shot should be enough. And Arteezy is playing really aggressive here.
Radiant are
He got the
scanning.
scan. Good read by Entity. Just planting themselves on the
Fishman
cliff.
and Stormer both hanging out on the high ground together.
Dire's bottom tower
The cliffs.
is under attack.
Ever Arteezy's the nemesis.
True. It's true.
The meme one. In some form or
I
another.
mean, just imagine if Arteezy walked to that cliff area, Fishman telekinesis him, throws him on top. Now it's 3 heroes on the cliff.
Imagine the next pad removes cliffs from Dota.
Mentioned
Oh, no.
next patch gives a new item ladder.
Start from the hub set. You can now plant layer into your ally to climb down from a cliff.
All right, we're gonna need to make that change to the hub set here. We need to add a cliff area to the background, please.
Can you climb up the ladder to get on top of the cliff?
That's what they should get.
And then a slide to get back. It's the future. You should be a game dev man. That's all.
Thank you. I've got tons of great ideas.
By that I mean you should definitely not ever become an intro.
Listen, Avery.
Thank God.
Got
Dota
very
is
good
balanced by
ideas.
more logical individuals.
18,000 net worth lead for Entity with a Slark lineup with no signs of slowing down either. They've got their 25 talents coming in pretty soon, both Slark as well as Pangolier, 24. So those are some pretty massive upgrades waiting on the third Roshan of the game, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, it's 45. Surely it's the third or fourth one. I assume it's third.
Refresher done for B. So all of those spells are now double. And Watson's just going in. Double pounce. Try and force the fight.
You could do this, and there's just a very low chance of you being punished.
Yeah, I mean, what is the punish, right? In theory, the punish is tossed back.
Yeah.
But they have to all be there, and the chances of them just all sitting there.
Once again, Entity is pressuring the base, and RT is in the dire jump, or the radiant.
This is good. He's finding a lot. He's almost level
Yeah.
25.
Under attack.
He's second net worth though. He's gonna cut this wave. This is really good gameplay. Give them a chance.
I forgot. What you get the +3 waves. What's the other one for Draw Ranger?
12% marksmanship chance increase.
Which one do you go?
Radiant's top tower is
I
under
I
feel
think
like
you go
against
to
Slark,
waves.
see the waves.
Yeah, I think you go waves this game. I don't see extra marksmanship doing much. It's not like the armor's the issue this game. It's the
It's being
raw.
able to hit it in the first place.
It's the meat, you know?
Yeah.
It's just too much meat on the Zendy lineup. Bigger knife.
Hungry.
Bigger tree.
It's lunchtime.
Alright, Cap, calm down.
Shopify. They don't care about meat. They're looking for some sushi. Chop up that Slark. They not seem to fish him out.
Storm. He's gonna go in. Shivas, give all the vision.
Shivas, tons and tons of information if he could get there, but all of Shopify has backed out. Throw some trees as a parting gift from Abed.
Should have given him the high five, you know. Back to the cliff. Where's your ladder now, fool?
Swashbuckles down the low ground.
Oh,
There's
he's
a
hexed.
scythe on him. Telekinesis defensive and a force staff pushes him out of the gust.
Now Entity have the vision.
Yeah, now they've gone a little bit too far. Toby, blind blink in, doesn't find anything. Actually gets tossed up in the air, not tossed backwards. Watson rounds forward.
back.
They do manage to get the three-man vacuum. That catches Fly,
Overgrowth.
Saberlight, and now the Overgrowth on top of that one with Stormer chasing back away.
Second
Crit,
Overgrowth.
not going to do anything, and RTZ is just on the run. These heroes are dead.
Yeah,
They're
it's
all
a
going to get
disaster.
caught. Crit would be lucky to stay alive thanks to a tap, but no, the Blink Dagger Shivas will catch him out. That's going to be a champ drone on the ground as well.
After that, a jump goes awry. You could feel that fight was not gonna go their way. They're all in that closed off area, get backed into double overgrowth.
But they're going to go through the tier 4s.
Why not?
RTZ's already cut the creep wave, so they have this one wave to be able to work with. Might as well put it to the maximum usage and start hitting those tier 4s.
I mean, the ranged creeps are here. So, what's your play? You have fives? Oh, you do. Go
RTZ
fives.
took the 12% marksmanship champ. See if that's enough for him to be able to hold just him and Fly for 30 seconds.
All right. The Mold Dreams.
Aeon Disc, vacuum back in. Oh no, he gets a force staff over to the side. He has his own force staff to be able to get him closer to the fountain. An in-spy back from Fly on his death. And the Silence hit Watson. They can
got
actually
him.
kill him. He's dead.
He bought Deso for the final fight.
Oh no! Did he really?
Yeah.
Wait, where is it?
What do you mean he has it? Artur.
Oh, Artur bought Deso.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying Watson bought Deso to try and finish up the fountain.
No, Arteezy bought Deso. That fight.
Holy crap.
Next level plays for Arteezy. Game alive.
Yeah, I mean, that was an intense damage.
There, that's the multi-shot of your dreams.
And now he is queuing up a Divine Rapier. You're in that point of the game.
Roche is up. Roche is up, Cap.
Oh my god, Roche is up. That means they can full buyback out of Watson.
They're down for Entity here. You don't have the Darkseer one. You don't have the Treant. Both Aeons are down too. You have 20 seconds. A lot of that net worth missing. Gotta force this if you're Shopify. You have Shivas on your Brood. So, Deso with 2 charges on your Drow. Daedalus on your Tiny. Is the damage there? They're gonna get
Roche
Roche.
is just dead.
Tony.
Stormer's gonna try and get in their vacuum!
It's all on the
Roche
ground.
is dead! Agent's on the ground! Abed picks it up! That means Arteezy is in some trouble here as the Roll Thunder continues to stay on top of him with a big punch from Toby. They create an illusion. Instant
Nice.
buyback coming out. The Entity, they gotta be setting here if they want to be able to hold this Watson buyback, which Watson continuing not to pop it just yet. Saberlight sticking on these heroes. Does a scythe. Arteezy's running in. Kataomi spotted as well inside of the trees. Anything they could get it would be big for EG.
Are they
but
gonna get anything?
Yeah, they can't. Kataomi managed to blink himself away. He's going to turn back, fight crit. Watson up in 5 seconds now. But hitting Kataomi, but he does manage to get the on disc blink away. Arteezy's now used his BKB.
And Abed blinked in. And
They get going back into this play.
don't got anything.
Yeah, now Watson into play, immediately hops onto Saberlight. Saberlight puts himself on a cliff. He's going to be okay for now. The BB being used. There's a buyback on
Arteezy in
RTZ. It's
trouble.
going to be in the dieback and finish him off and toss over to the side.
Toss save.
Forced after the hit him with the pounce though. Watson's not letting
Can't see
RTZ escape. They finish him off with the swashbuckle. Dieback for the carry of Shopify. They're all on the cliffs. They're going to TP out for some of them. Abed comes back with his second off of the Aegis, but it doesn't matter. GG is called. Entity finally finish game number 1.
What is this ending? I don't even understand how we ended it up here.